Hello everyone. In this video, we will deploy our ATS Expert application on an render server using GitHub Actions, continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline. The deployment process will be divided into two parts. In part 1, before deploying to server, we ensure that application runs perfectly on our local system. So first of all, we will implement this in our local machine. In part 2, we will deploy on server render cloud using GitHub Actions CI CD. So what are the steps involved in part 1 in our local implementation? In first step, we will set up the Streamlit application. We will configure the Streamlit user interface and layout. In step 2, we will upload the resume in PDF format and extract the text from that PDF using pypdf library. In step 3, we will configure our Google Gemini model. We will access this model via API, which will give us AI-driven responses. In step 4, we will build ATS analysis and percentage match system. Google Gemini will give us the analysis against resume and job description. After that, it will provide us a detailed ATS review. And we will also get percentage in numbers form. In last step, we will implement our front-end and user interface. We will upload files, enter job descriptions and display results. So let's go to VS Code and start our coding. Now, first of all, start implement the application in local environment. For that, go to your working directory, downloads, and create new folder with the name ATS application. In this folder, create the new requirements.txt file. Now copy all the requirements which we have required: Streamlit, generative AI, Python, pypdf, and save these libraries. And next, we have to install these libraries. Open Anaconda prompt and navigate to your directory in which you have created the files. CD ATS app. First of all, create the new virtual environment in current directory. We will use Python version 3.110. Let's create this virtual environment in this current working folder. Why? Now our virtual environment is created. Let's activate this environment. Copy this path. Create, activate. Path. Now our virtual environment is activated. Now go to VS Code, write code dot. Now in this, you can see virtual environment and requirements.txt file here. So let's first of all install these libraries in this environment. For that, write pip install -r requirements.txt. Now all the libraries have been installed. Clear the screen. Now create new app.py file.
So let's start coding. First of all, we import necessary libraries: Streamlit, Google Gemini, pypdf, and RE. After that, in step 1, we configure our Streamlit user interface. To make it user-friendly and interactive, we set the page title and layout using st.setPageConfig. After that, app title ATS Resume Expert is displayed using st.title. Then in step 2, we define the function to extract the text from PDF. PDF library which allows us to read uploaded PDF in Streamlit. A function extract text from PDF reads and extract text from all pages. If no text is found, we return a message to the user. Then in step 3, AI powered resume feedback, we integrate Google Gemini model. We configure the API key securely using st.secrets. Then function get Gemini response is created to send input, job description, and resume text to Gemini model and receive a response. The model Gemini 1.5 Flash is used, which is fast and efficient variant of quick responses. After that, a sidebar bar is created for resume upload and job description input using st sidebar. Then in step 4, we define two AI prompts for different functionalities. The first prompt is ATS analysis prompt, which evaluates the resume based on job description, providing feedback on strengths, weakness, and keyword alignment. The second prompt is percentage match prompt, in which model calculates and return a match percentage as a numeric value. We store the responses in session state to persist result. Then in step 5, we implement the front-end user interface. This consists of two buttons. The first button is Analyze Resume for ATS analysis. And second button we create Get Percentage Match for match calculation. Then after that are two columns layout. Left side shows details analysis and right side displays the match percentage along with the progress bar. And in last 6 steps, to improve user experience, we implement error handling. If no resume is uploaded, a warning message appears when a user tries to analyze. So all the code is completed. Now access the Gemini API key. We have to create secrets file. For that, go to here we create new folder with dot streamlit, and inside this folder we create secrets dot UML file. In this secret UML file, we will give our secret API key. Let's copy the API key and paste here. Here is the our Gemini API key. All the code is completed. Let's test this application whether it is working or not. For that, we have to go open our terminal, and here we write Streamlit on app.py. Let's wait. allow access. It's, let's see, it's giving error. Okay, I have not saved the file. Now let's run it again. This time I think it should. Now you can see here the front view of our application ATS Resume Expert, and here we upload our resume. Let's upload the resume. Here we upload the resume. When resume is uploaded, here you will see the message resume uploaded successfully. Now here we enter the job description. Let's copy the job description from LinkedIn. Here jobs, go to jobs, machine learning engineer, and let's copy this. Let's copy the job description and put it here. We enter the job description. Okay, let's analyze the resume. Click on analyze. Let's wait. And here you can see it's giving amazing results. Resume evaluation and machine learning engineer. Here you can see job description alignment. Here you can see strength. All the strength it have compared with your resume. Here all the weaknesses has extracted, and here is missing information. Missing all the missing keywords here, and here the summary of the whole resume. Okay. Now let's. You can also get the percentage match. Here click on percentage match. Let's click on it and see the result. And here you can see job match percentage 75%. Wow, it's amazing. Now the part 1 is completed. Now let's deploy this in GitHub Actions, and after that via CI/CD pipeline we will deploy it on Render Cloud platform. Now let's move to part 2. Now in part 2, we will implement this application in Render Cloud server. We will use Render Cloud. So in GitHub Actions and Render Cloud, the code for accessing the API key from secrets.tuml will not work. So we will create .env file and store the API key in this .env file. And change the line of codes in our main app. Here we will change the code to access the secret API key from .env environment. After that, to implement in GitHub Actions and Render Cloud Server, we will create a folder .github. In this GitHub folder, we will create another folder with the name workflows. And in this workflow folder, we will create YML file, deploy.yml file. So this YML file have been created. Now we will write the code for sequence of steps to implement this in GitHub Actions and Render Cloud Server. So here is the step-by-step code for implementing this in GitHub Actions and Render Cloud Server. So when we trigger this application from our local machine, in GitHub Actions, the whole application will be rerun in GitHub Actions and also in Render Cloud server. So the code for .yml file, all the sequence of steps for automatic implementation have been done. Now we will create .gitignore file where we will enter the all files and folders which we don't push in GitHub repositories. Streamlit Resume App, which is virtual environment folder, and .env. We don't want to push these secret files or unnecessary files to GitHub repository. Now we will create new GitHub repository. Give the name and click on create. Now we'll push all the code and files from our local machine. Copy this and paste in here Anaconda prompt. Then copy this line of code and put it here. And now we will push all the files to GitHub repository which we have created. After entering this command, here you can see all the files have been pushed to GitHub repository. Let's refresh this, and here you can see all the files and folders have been pushed to the GitHub repository. Now go to Actions, and here you can see our GitHub Actions implementation is in working process. Here you can see all our all the implementation in GitHub Actions have been done. Now we will go to settings, click on settings, and then go to secrets and variables. Click on secrets and variables, and here you will click on new repository secrets, and here you will give the name. Let's suppose Gemini API key which you have created in virtual environment in your local machine. Copy the API key from .env file from your local machine and put it in GitHub Actions environment variable. Similarly, we will add the render API key in GitHub Actions secrets variables also.
We will use Render Cloud to deploy this application. You can create free account in Render. While creating a free account, you have to provide your bank account information. You can use free web services for simple application. After creating account in Render, go to Render dashboard.
To get the render API key, go to account settings, API key, and click on create API key. And here you will give the name of API key. Let's suppose in the code we have given the name. In YML file we have given the name render API key. Let's copy the name from here and put it here, the same name. Okay, and here you can click on create, and here API key is created. Copy this API key and go to settings in GitHub repository. Click on secrets and variables. Click on actions, and here you will add this API key. And here you will add the name render API key. And here you will give the copy the secret API key and click on create. And here you can see render API key is also created.
Here you can view render dashboard. Click on deploy a web services. After clicking, you can link with your GitHub account. Search your required repository. We have created, select this repository. Then go down and here you enter the build command, which is by default pip install requirements.txt. After that, enter the starter command. We will write Streamlit run app.py and we will also give server port and server address. Then click on free services, and here you will enter your Gemini API key. Copy the Gemini API key from VS Code in your virtual environment and put it. Copy this API key and put it here in render. After giving all the necessary information, now click on deploy web services. When you click on deploy web service, here you can see your application render will getting in all the required files from your GitHub repository, and here it is installing all the required necessary libraries. All the libraries have been installed. Let's wait. Here you can see now your application is running in your render cloud platform. Then go up and click in this link. When you click on this link, your Streamlit frontend run via this link. Here you can see Streamlit is running. Here you can upload your CV, resume. Here you will, and next you will enter job description. Let's copy the job description from LinkedIn. Let's copy these job description and put it in your Streamlit description box. We put the description here. Now click on Analyze Resume button. Wait. Here you can see it will give all the information about your resume, your strengths, your weaknesses, all the missing keywords, and at the end it will give overall assessment. Wow, it's great. Now get the percentage match. Click on get percentage match button. Here you can see percentage match score is 85%. Wow, it's amazing. How you can easily create workflows using GitHub Actions via continuous integration and continuous deployment. In this way, when you want to change something in your application, you just change the code and just trigger it. Just push the code in your GitHub repository. Then all the process will automate and all the application in render cloud platform will run automatically from scratch. In the next video, I will show you how to implement this application with Docker and Fast API. This is it for today. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.